Hello everyone, welcome back. Doing my workout here today. So this is the fourth workout I have done with my Core Essentials belt. This has become pretty much my everyday belt. Okay. The only difference is that normally when I work out, I have my shirt on the outside of my pants. The only reason why I've kind of tucked it in today is so you guys can see the belt. Later on, I'll take it off and show it to you. So here's the thing. For the pretty much for the last 12 years, this is the way I work out. Right? I typically work out with my gun. I typically work out with my cell phone case. Typically work out with the extra magazine I keep over here, right? Like I said, the only difference is my shirt's usually on the outside. I used to own a gym, okay? And when I was in the gym working out, this is how I used to work out. The only time I would take my belt off, whatever I happened to be wearing, right? I just used to wear like a plain leather belt, is, if I was pushing 3 plates and more, right? So I'm pushing 315, going up to like 400, 450, 405. At that point, I would actually put on a real weightlifting belt. I'm 50 years old. I haven't touched that kind of weight in, I think, at least 7, 8 years at this point. I think the heaviest I go these days is like 315. So I'm gonna knock out some squats for you guys so you guys can see how this belt works out. Very happy with it. It's a very thick belt, so as far as like, it's kind of like a mini weightlifting belt. It gives you good support. The way a weightlifting belt works is it pulls your gut, it pulls in your gut and braces it up against your spine. So by pulling your gut up against your spine is kind of like wrapped up, right? So that's how a weightlifting belt does. This is a very thick, stout belt. It serves that function pretty good if you're lifting light weight. Okay? All right, pretty lightweight. Back when I was in like my 30s, I was like just warm up weight. That was nothing. Nowadays, that's like a little bit more of a work weight for me. Let's get a little bit heavier. Get up to 2 plates. Knock that out. So, like I said, I'm going to be 50 years old in February of 2022. I've been lifting since I was like 16, 17 years old. For, I guess, for like between, I don't know, 16, 17 years old and 40 years old. So roughly for 22, 25 years. My workout was very consistent. 5 main exercises, right? This was the core. Squat, deadlift, bench, bent over rows, shoulder press. Those 5 core exercises were my foundation. In those first 20, 25 years, I would do 4 sets, 5 repetitions. And here's the thing, I was primarily interested in strength, right? I've always been like a strength athlete. Ideally, in order to be like as strong as possible, you would want to do, let's say, like 8 sets of 2 reps, right? Low reps make you stronger. The problem with the low reps is that they also really tax your body. So it's really hard to do like 8 sets of 2 year round. So 4 sets of 5 I found was perfect because you could do that year round. The reps were low enough to keep you strong and keep you getting stronger, but still high enough that they weren't like overtaxing like your tendons, your joints, your ligaments. So 4 sets of 5 was like my basis for about 25 years. When I got about 40, I bumped it up to like 4 sets of, somewhere between 4 sets of 6 to 4 sets of 8. I did that for 8 years or so. And then after that, I kind of switched over to 4 sets of 10, because that's more or less what I do now. That's basically like an old age thing, right? I do like 4 sets of 10. Just because as you get older, your tendons lose elasticity. Okay, so even though I've got the strength to lift much heavier weight, the tendons don't have that same elasticity. So something for you to keep in mind as you get older. Let's knock this out. Let me just get behind the camera, make sure that's working. Yep, camera's still recording. All right, so that's 225. You know, one of the nice things about you lift your whole life, you know, if you're pushing 3 plates and 4 plates for all your life, and I'm not really talking, like I'm 5'10". Most of my life I was about somewhere between 200 and 225. You're lifting weights your whole life. When you get older, right, you can be 50 years old and still be stronger than like 80% of the guys walking around out there. You know, you can be stronger than, you know, a lot of the young guys. So that's one of the good things about working out. Also really important for your gun training. You know, one of the things I tell people that I train, anything that you do in life, you'll do it a little bit better if you're a little bit stronger. Let's get a little bit more weight on this. Now, like I said, 5 main exercises: squat, deadlift, bench, bent over rows, shoulder press, right at your core. I still do all the supporting exercise, right? Like I'll do my tricep presses, the bar curls, you know, hamstrings, inside leg, outside leg, you know, pull-ups. I'll do all the supporting exercises. Those I usually do more like 4 sets of 10. I've always done those in that 4 sets of 10 range. Those are your supporting muscles. Abs, you do your abs every time. As far as my cardio work, I never really liked running that much. So what I do for cardio work is I do the sword fighting. If you look through my channel, you put in my channel name and you put in sword fighting, you'll see a whole bunch of videos of me fighting with swords, armored combat, full power, full speed. That's my cardio workout. Okay, so and usually, you know, after about 10 minutes of fighting with swords, you know, I'm like breathing pretty hard. So that's how I get all my cardio workout. Slap this baby out. Now, could have probably pushed another 2 reps, but I didn't want to get like completely burnt out because I wanted to go into the other exercises, you know, and talk about those. So one of the exercises that I typically do is take a 45-pound plate, and I'll do this. That works the inside, outside the leg. I don't have an adductor machine here to work the inside of the leg. And those are important muscles. A lot of times when people think of working out the inside of your leg or the outside, you know, they think of women at the gym working those machines. And it's kind of funny because women will get on those machines and they'll do 100 freaking reps for like 2 hours. You know, 100, they'll do like 10 sets of 100 reps because they think they'll make their legs thinner. That's not the way the body works. But this is an important muscle because that's a stabilizing muscle. So that's a supporting exercise that I'll do. I'll throw it on my legs. So yeah, you want to definitely work out the whole body. That's one of the things that weightlifting can do for you that nothing else can do. You're able to make sure you hit all the muscles in your body. Another thing I'll typically do when I'm working out is I'll practice my holster draw. This is basically my office here, right? No, this is part of my office, rather. And this is at the location I normally shoot at. So there's nobody else in this building right now. There's nobody else on this property. I've got trees in every direction, so it's safe to draw here. So nice thing, I got mirrors here so I can practice my technique. All right, so you can see how that's working. So you can do repetitions of that while you're working out. Now, like I said, this is my office here where I work out. One of the things I tell people, don't bother getting a gym in your house because, you know, people typically associate their home with relaxing. So you don't want your workout area to be the same building that you normally relax in. It can be in your office. It can be at some building between your work and your office, but it can't be your home, okay? That never works out. You're never gonna work out. That limits, you're just wasting money on that. So for me, my workout location is my office because my workout is part of my work. I come here to work. Before I go home and do my workout, still working, right? It's on the clock. You know, then I go home, then I relax, okay? Let me show you guys this belt real quick. One of the things I love about this belt is the quick release system. That quick release system, so a lot of times, like when I go to sit in my car, like here I got the belt pretty tight because I'm working out. When I go to sit down in the car, I will typically loosen it up. With the belt I had before this, it was a buckle. You know, it's really hard to loosen it up, especially a lot of times if you're out in public and want to loosen up your belt buckle. Looks like you're about to pull down your pants and flash somebody. With this, you can just push a button here and you can quickly loosen up the belt, tighten it up, loosen it up. I find that to be a great convenience, being able to tighten this belt up and loosen it up, you know, just with my hand almost, you know. You can easily loosen up, tighten it up. That's a major convenience. So let me take off this belt, give you guys a look at it. I already did another video on this belt. Now, when I want to go to the bathroom, that's why I do. I just shove it down in my pocket here so it doesn't fall on the floor. With my mag holder, my cell phone case. And like I said, this is not doing anything special today. I've been working out like this, the way you guys see me, for about 12 years. Okay. So there's the belt. It's got a track over here, right? You see that track? Goes in, it catches like this, right? And there's that button I was talking about where you release it, right? And what you do is, I did another video on this where you adjust the length. Basically, you set it up. The way I have it set up, when I put it in, it stops like right there, so I don't get too much. And if I want to loosen it up, I just come out a little bit like this. So I don't want too much on this side. In fact, initially when I tested it out, I put in this little sleeve here. The purpose of that sleeve is so that when it goes through, it basically keeps this in place. But at the length that I have it set up, I don't need that sleeve. I'm going to actually take it off right now. And that is, I'm going to put the belt on. I'm going to do it off camera. I don't think you guys need to see me put the belt on. Oh, one of the things I should mention as a caveat, if you're doing sit-ups, right? Sometimes I do sit-ups with this. No, not sometimes. I mean, when I do my sit-ups for the last 4 workout sessions, I had this belt on. Because of its thickness, you can feel it a little bit in your back. You know, it's just a matter of like position. So I usually create like a little bit of an arch. But that's the only issue I have had with working out with this belt. The fact that because it's a little bit thicker, it can dig into your back a little bit while you're working out. Other issue is that it's kind of a tiny bit of an issue. The buckle is a bit on the thick side, which can be an issue when you, like I say, when you sit down to drive. However, because you can so easily loosen the belt up, I have found that that's not an issue at all. You just loosen it up like two of these notches, and the belt's pretty comfortable. I do have another one I've ordered. That one is a leather one, right? So I'm gonna think that one's gonna be a little bit thinner than this. Might work out a little bit better with my sit-ups. But yeah, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell so you get notifications, and look for that upcoming video that I'm gonna do on the leather belt, the leather belt version of this. Okay, so thanks for watching. If you're not a member of the channel, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys soon. Oh, by the way, look in the description. I'm going to put a link to where you can get this belt if you're interested in getting it, trying it out. Talk to you guys soon.